It's Catherine from Chakras and Cuss Words, and I had to refill my wine before I started getting into this discussion. So I want to thank everybody who sent me the video of the guy from Jack in the Box who says he met Britney Spears. Let's get into it.
As I was handing her like the bag, she was like wiping away her tears. So I was like, oh, but I said something like, oh, everything's going to be okay. Or I was like, oh, it's going to be okay, girl. Something like that.
So one of the things that stands out to me is the fact that he was like, hey girl, it's gonna be okay. She's wiping away tears, and then she's like, oh, gives him the side eye, and then he's like, oh, maybe she didn't get that. Then he goes to point out that when she puts her glasses on is when he recognized it's Britney, bitch. And if you guys have ugly babies, we're gonna have to talk about this later.
So I look at her, I'm like, oh my god, that's her, blah, blah.
Okay, so he realizes it's Britney. He doesn't realize that she does the post. He's not a Britney fan. I totally get that, and I totally understand why you might not recognize her. I've met some celebrities in work areas, and I haven't recognized them. But in all honesty, something about this is very fishy, and we'll talk about it.
But, you know, she also called me a big man somewhere in there. I think.
He goes on to explain that possibly the reason why she could have called him a big man is in the fact that he is tall, not big. Bruh. Dude, whatever you call yourself, why are you explaining? Roll the clip.
Yeah, also ignore my dry lips. But, yeah, she was super sweet and she looked really good, honestly. And, yeah.
Okay. Two of the things that really stand out to me is the fact that he is basically acknowledging that she called him a big man, and the only way that he is big is the fact that he is tall. Another thing that stands out is that he seems very nervous, and the fact that he created this in TikTok to possibly create this post seems suspicious. It also makes me wonder why a young guy like you doesn't have any other social media that you felt comfortable posting on. Possibly you might be scared of retaliation from Jack in the Box. I totally get that, but how come you didn't just sell your story? Ooh, the selling of the story. Let's be honest, there's been nurses who've been fired for HIPAA violations for selling stories on Britney Spears. And in this day and age, everything comes with a receipt, and I just don't feel like you're giving any receipts.
But if you see this TikTok, Britney, please don't be mad at me.
Do you guys believe him? I'm honestly gonna say I don't believe him. I don't know. I'm not a detective. I'm just an intuitive. But I don't believe him. If he's telling the truth, I'll apologize.